Hey everybody, DJ Lou here, and I want to take a minute to talk about the way you collect and display your reviews. Let's talk about this. Alright everybody, before we start the video, please navigate down, hit that subscribe button, make sure you ding that notification bell as well. Also make sure to like the video, and please, if you want to support the channel, head over to my Patreon page and subscribe. Now, of course, it shouldn't come to anybody's surprise that collecting reviews is the lifeblood of a business. I don't care if you're a DJ, photographer, a restaurant, whatever it is, social validation is where it's at in this day and age.
I can update this to a 1-star review in 2 seconds, dude.
And also, as a wedding professional, you have not only, Google, Facebook, even Yelp, but also places like Wedding Wire and The Knot. Now, of course, a couple can take and just review at one place, or they may just be very, very grateful and review at all the places that you may exist. The problem is the way that these other properties display your reviews. And then when you take a place like Wedding Wire or Not, when you look at your reviews on your page on their sites, they could be displaying information about competitor links, right adjacent to this, and over time, the way that these ads are displayed can change. If you look at Facebook, they went from a numerical rating to just an approved or disapproved. Now, in the end, of course, you want to take and leverage all these properties and try to collect as many reviews as possible, because these are the reviews that are getting populated up on things, say like Google. Say when you're doing like a Bing or Yahoo search, you take Yelp's reviews and populate them into, say, your name. If you're Googling your name, you'll have a aggregate of your reviews from that side. But you naturally want to leverage these properties. So what is somebody to do? And again, this doesn't have to be just as a wedding professional, but what should we do, as me as a DJ, to display these in such a way that is more advantageous to us? So this is why I've advocated for years to collect all these reviews and aggregate them on your website. So naturally, one, as a client may be reviewing you, if they're on your website, you have complete control over how that looks and how that's displayed. Naturally, you can have, say, randomization of how the reviews look. You could have a much different look with, say, having a photograph of each particular couple, being in there. There's a lot of things that you can do to make those reviews much more elegant, much more personal, and hopefully much more impactful than, say, just a typical review on, say, Facebook, Google, Wedding Wire or Not, or wherever. Now, for some companies, this, of course, will take some time. I know some companies have, dozens, if not hundreds, of weddings that are listed up on these, review sites. Take the time. You don't know if tomorrow that site is going to be around. Take Wedding Wire or Not. They're converged into The Knot worldwide. You don't know if, say, a year, 2, 3 years down the road, they just decide, one of these properties is no longer, advantageous to us. They could just cut that out. They might not port those reviews over to, say, the other property. You have no control over that.
I was not in control of that situation at all.
They could put a payment gateway in front of that, so it becomes much more difficult to see some of these reviews. You could have what Yelp does, and if that reviewer doesn't have a lot of other reviews on Yelp, that could get pushed down to not even visible. This is not the type of experience that you want other couples to have while trying to socially validate their choices for you. So definitely keep on having your clients review at these sites. But as soon as you get the review, go ahead and copy that over to your website. Do a referral. This came from Yelp, this came from Google, this came from Wedding Wire, so on and so forth. So there'll be some type of reference point that a person can say, oh, hey, this is where it came from. So somebody just isn't thinking that, these reviews are just coming out of nowhere. They can go over to these other properties if they wish, and validate that what you have on the site is actually there. But again, more importantly, you want control over the display, the functionality, and the impactfulness that these reviews have with essentially selling your business. So once again, take the time, go copy those reviews over to your website. If you do not have a quality website, now is the time, especially right now, between with COVID and everything else that's been going on. This is the time to really kind of hone in on things. Just do it. Take the effort and all that. Don't use the widgets that some of these other things use, because once again, you're driving them away from your site over to theirs, and you've now lost control over the message that you're trying to give to them. So try to keep everybody on your site. Again, have those referral links to acknowledge where they came from, but take control of your reviews. So there's a video, and I hope you liked this. If so, make sure you hit that thumbs up. Go ahead and comment below as well. Head over to my Patreon page if you want to support the channel. And naturally, if you like videos like this and want to see more, check out everything else that's on here. Take care, everybody.